Golden State KD was the NBA's ultimate villain. The man was hated by everyone in the basketball universe, but he didn't give a damn. 3 years, 3 finals appearances, back-to-back titles, and 2 finals MVPs. The guy was a cheat code. He had one of the greatest finals runs of all time, hit one of the most iconic shots in finals history, and then did it again just a year later, all while terrorizing the NBA on a nightly basis with the greatest team of all time. Durant essentially broke the NBA for a few years in order to achieve everything he's ever dreamed of. But at what cost?
Kevin Durant way outside, delivers! The Golden State Warriors champions once again, back-to-back titles. Durant slipping, and Durant grabbing that right leg.
The hate KD got for joining Golden State is justified. That's obvious, and here's why. Durant was drafted in 2007 and quickly became OKC's golden child. He won the Rookie of the Year and made the NBA Finals in just his 5th season. Unfortunately, he lost to LeBron James in the Miami Heat, but there's no doubt that he'll be back.
There it is, redemption for Golden State.
KD would bounce back, winning the MVP in 2014, and 2 years later, found himself just 1 win away from a return to the finals. One more win and he'd beat a Golden State juggernaut that set the all-time wins record during the regular season, lining himself up for revenge against LeBron in the finals. But we can never look too far ahead. KD and the Thunder suffered a catastrophic collapse, losing 3 straight games and falling to the Warriors in 7. They were so close, yet so far. The climb back to the top for Durant is gonna be a long one. Except it wasn't. KD took the elevator to the top, signing with the team he just lost to. The team that won 73 games. The team with the reigning 2-time MVP. The same team that was just minutes away from back-to-back titles were now adding a top 3 player in the world to their roster. Kevin Durant is a Golden State Warrior. KD to the Warriors had the league in such a frenzy that before they even played a game together, there were serious beliefs that they might go a flawless 82-0 on the season. Then they lost by 29 on opening night and all that nonsense went out the window. It was a stunner, but not as stunning as seeing KD in a Warriors jersey. It just looked wrong, especially when he faced his old squad in his new home.
Bit out of range, but it's saved. Durant 4-3. Yes. Beautiful spin, and then the follow by Durant. Durant off the fake. Got the stop. There's Curry behind the back. Durant for 3. Yes. They are not enjoying this in Oklahoma City.
KD summoned the Slim Reaper, slashing Westbrook and the Thunder for 39 in a monster 26-point win. The Durant era in Golden State was officially here. After their win over OKC, they went on a 12-game winning streak with the new KD and Steph duo in full effect. Highlight reel no-look lobs on the fast break, electrifying chase-down blocks into 30-foot pull-up threes. It was surreal. Every game was like an all-star game with KD in the Bay, and he made his presence felt on Christmas Day. He introduced himself to the Cavs-Warriors rivalry, exploding for 36 and 15 in the greatest Christmas Day game of all time. And with a chance to win the game at the buzzer, he catches the inbound pass but trips and fails to get a shot off to lose the game. Unfortunate, but this was just a taste of what was to come.
Two veterans on the bench. Pass all the way across, and Durant throws it down.
We were now halfway through the season, and the hate towards Durant had not dissipated. In fact, it elevated because on February 11th, 2017, KD was making his long-awaited return to OKC in one of the most hostile environments we've ever seen.
From Texas, number 35, Kevin Durant.
And by the way, mention of Providence College, how about our colleague Doris Burke getting honored at Providence.
The booze and cupcake taunts had relatively no effect on Durant, as he poured in 34 points and 9 boards while trash talking to just about everybody on his former team. This dude was a psycho. KD and the Warriors would cruise the rest of the way, finishing the season with a 67-15 record for the first seed in the NBA. It was time to put this juggernaut to the test. In round 1, KD and his squad would face off against a mediocre Portland team, and it was light work. Durant was injured for games 2 and 3, but thankfully Golden State had some extra firepower as they swept the Blazers to advance to the second round. And to put it nicely, the Dubs blasted Utah in 4, KD averaged 25 a night, and he was making his return to the Western Conference Finals for the second consecutive season. And this year was nothing like 2016. He scorched the 61-win Spurs in Game 1, stuffing the stat sheet with 34, 5, 4, and 4 in the win, and from that point on, it was wraps. Golden State won their next 3 games to sweep San Antonio, putting their record at 12-0 in the playoffs. KD finally broke through, and he'll be making his return to the finals to face the man who killed his championship dreams 5 years ago. It was the matchup most NBA fans craved, and it was finally here in one of the most anticipated finals in recent history. So, crashing the party and making his debut on the big stage in this thrilling rivalry, Durant reintroduced himself.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Durant drives and finishes.
Some game, 40-some days.
Some good veterans on the bench. Pass all the way across, and Durant throws it down. Durant across the lane. Durant down the lane. Durant for 3.
KD put on an absolute show, torching the Cavs for 38 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. He was putting LeBron on a slip and slide before crushing the rim on a tomahawk dunk, hitting spot-up threes, and even trash-talking Rihanna. KD was on one. Up 1-0, Durant had an encore in Game 2, stuffing the stat sheet with 33 points, 13 boards, 6 dimes, 3 steals, and 5 blocks. A masterclass of a performance, and they're up 2-0. And Game 3 on the road didn't slow the Slim Reaper down one bit. He dropped another 30-piece, frying the Cavaliers with tough turnarounds in the post, wet strokes from 3, and baseline fades. What else do you want from this man? Wait, is he about to...
Incredible opportunity.
Durant for 3. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown, and Golden State takes the lead.
Down 2 with 50 seconds left, KD hits his patented hezzy pull-up from 3 right in LeBron's grill to go up 1 and take a 3-0 lead in the series. It was the dagger of all daggers. In Game 4, Cleveland finally got the upper hand, giving Golden State their first loss of the playoffs, which is just insane. So, back at home for Game 5 on the brink of a championship, KD shut the lights out.
Durant, three-pointer. Durant tries again. Bang! Durant gets away from Glover all the way to the rim. The rookie finds Durant, steps back for 3, pumps it in. Kevin Durant again. There it is. Redemption for Golden State. One of the great playoff runs of all time is complete.
Your Bill Russell 2017 Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant finally reaches the mountaintop as he's crowned NBA champion and Finals MVP, averaging 35, 8, and 5 on ludicrous efficiency. It's honestly one of the greatest Finals performances we've ever seen, on top of the fact that he led Golden State to a 16-1 record in the postseason. It was the greatest playoff run by the greatest team of all time. And this was just the beginning. With a ring on his finger entering the 2018 season, KD was a man possessed. He was hitting nasty crossovers into game winners in LA, putting his handle on display once again in Milwaukee with the nastiest hezzy I've ever seen, and of course, throwing down an array of tomahawk slams. Not to mention, he was also embarrassing dudes on the defensive end, blocking shots like he was swatting flies off the backboard. In fact, he averaged a career high in blocks at 1.8 per game this season. Durant was taking his game to the next level, which made Golden State as dangerous as ever. I mean, these cats were so good, Steve Kerr let Iguodala coach the team for fun. It was the ultimate level of disrespect. The regular season was a joke for the Warriors. They finished the year as the second seed in the West, but come playoff time, you knew KD and the guys were gonna turn up. Golden State was right back to their dominant ways in the postseason. Durant averaged 28, 8 and 5 in round 1 as they gentlemen swept the Spurs. Then they went on to dummy an Anthony Davis-led New Orleans team in 5 to move on and face the NBA's #1 seed, 65-win Houston Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. This was a squad built specifically to give KD and Golden State a run for their money. We were about to see a war, and Durant made sure he threw the first punch.
This best of 7. Durant, yes. Puts the move on Hart. And hits. Durant to the rim. The guy gets to the hole. Here's Durant. Now goes at him. And hits. 3-point range. Durant on a fade, and he is red hot. Inside and kind of come back out mid-range. Durant with room hits the 3.
KD was silky smooth as he lit up the Rockets for 37 points in a huge Game 1 win on the road. And he kept it going in Game 2 as well with a 38-point nuke, but Houston trampled them by 22. It was obvious now, the Warriors had a formidable opponent. They bombed the Rockets back home in Game 3 by 41, but it evoked an immediate response as Houston won Games 4 and 5 to throw Golden State on the ropes, down 3-2. Much of the basketball world was stunned. No one thought any team had a chance against the KD Warriors, and now they're just one loss away from not even making the finals. However, in Game 6, they silenced doubters as KD poured in 23 in a blowout win to force a Game 7. And back at home, the Rockets came out strong, leading by as much as 15 in the second quarter. But KD wasn't having any of it. The Slim Reaper went into takeover mode, scoring 21 points in the second half as he nailed back-breaking shots late to seal the win and keep the hopes of back-to-back titles alive. The Warriors are headed back to the finals for the second consecutive season in the KD era. And surprise, surprise, we got a rematch. In 2017, Kevin Durant completely took over the finals, challenging LeBron for the title of the best player in the world. And in 2018, his sights were set on dethroning the king. In Game 1, KD dominated both sides of the ball as he poured in 26 points, 9 boards, 6 dimes, and 3 blocks in a 10-point win. And Game 2 was nearly identical as he killed the Cavs for 26, 9, 7, and 2 blocks to take a commanding 2-0 series lead, headed back to Cleveland, where he set out to prove that he was the best player on the planet.
Durant to handle the crossover, the pull-up, shot's good. Golden State as well. Durant from beyond the arc, rattles home. Durant fires a 3, knocks it down. Kevin Durant. George Hill waiting for some space, rises and scores. Kevin Durant torching the Cavaliers. Now Hood picks him up on the switch. Shot clock at 5. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers! Kevin Durant from downtown. It's a 6-point game. That's the same spot where he hit it in Game 3 last year.
With one of the greatest performances in NBA Finals history, KD drilled a carbon copy of his shot from 2017, this time from 32 feet out to drive the dagger into LeBron and the Cavs. On top of the shot, Durant put in 43 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was a certified assassin. And for the cherry on top, KD posted a 20-point triple-double in Game 4, sweeping the Cavaliers to capture back-to-back championships and back-to-back Finals MVPs. With his historic performances and the accolades he was stacking up, Durant was cementing his legacy as one of the game's all-time greats right in front of our eyes. But he wanted more. 2 was sweet. 3 would be history. Entering the 2019 season, KD and the Dubs were hunting for the first three-peat since the Kobe-Shaq Lakers in 2002. But in the process, they encountered the same problems that caused that dynasty to end. In just their 14th game of the season against the Clippers, tied late in the fourth, Draymond pulls down the rebound and doesn't give the ball to KD for the final shot, and the fireworks went off. The two got into it on the bench where Draymond told Durant, "We don't need you, we won without you, leave." To which KD replied by walking back on the court saying, "That's why I'm out." See, Durant was in the final year of his contract, and rumblings that he'd leave in free agency were already beginning to bubble. And now, we had some concrete evidence. This ticked off KD, and as he headed up north, he took his anger out on Toronto.
Final seconds, and Durant hits from near midcourt. Notice off the bench, he's hit 4 of 4. Durant with a nice move, and here's Durant. Durant on a fade. 10 seconds, goes to the corner, and hits to tie it up. Kevin Durant dribbling into the corner to look for the tying shot, and he does just that.
KD was a monster as he scorched the Raptors for 51, 11, and 6 while hitting shots that literally had you questioning if this guy had aimbot. He was unreal. Even with a bit of tension, Durant and the Warriors were up to their old tricks the rest of the season. KD continued his scoring binge, averaging 26, 6, and 5 as the Dubs finished first in the West. Once again, the regular season was just a warm-up for the playoffs, where the chase for the elusive three-peat began. In round 1, the Warriors would face the 8-seeded Clippers, and there were some signs of concern. After an easy 17-point win in Game 1, it looked like they were on track for another blowout in Game 2, up by 31 points halfway through the third quarter. But in a flash, it was gone. The Clippers rallied to win by 4 in the largest postseason comeback in NBA playoff history. And the man who took all the heat was our boy KD. He attempted just 8 shot attempts in that Game 2. Labeled as the best player in the world, that can't happen, and the media let him hear it. They questioned his passiveness and how much of an effect Patrick Beverley's defense had on his game. Yes, that was a real question, and Durant responded with one of the coldest bars you'll ever hear.
I'm not gonna get in the way of the game because, I want to have a little back and forth with Patrick Beverley. I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
Do I need to say more? From this moment forward, KD was locked in.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am.
Durant working on the rookie, shakes him. He's got another one. Playoff for them is Kevin Durant first. Gallinari got a piece with 6 on the shot clock. Big miss that time. Durant goes, Durant scores, and 1 for KD. Durant trying to create some space. Doesn't matter if he does. That's a joke. Menace has done an excellent job. Durant, impressive shot. Durant fouled and 1. Now on Durant, 5 to shoot. Durant, little crossover, pull-up shot. That's good. Green. Speed to Durant. Durant, long three. Count it, and the foul. Kevin Durant with a chance for a 4-point play. Durant on the pull-up. That's good. Kevin Durant. Durant turns, fires, count it, and one. Got to stay with him. Durant again, same spot, pull up, same result. Kick it out, open Durant. That's good. Durant. Count it, and the foul.
What more could you have done to slow Kevin down, especially in the first half?
I mean, he's Kevin Durant.
I promise we tried.
Over the next 4 games, KD scored 38, 33, 45, and 50 in a closeout Game 6 on just stupid efficiency. He's Kevin Durant. Thanks to KD, the series win brought them to round 2 for a Western Conference Finals rematch, and the man was still on one. He poured in 35 in a Game 1 win, then 29 to go up 2-0, followed by 46 in a Game 3 loss, and then 34 in another Houston win that tied the series at 2. Durant was in the midst of one of the greatest heaters of his career, averaging over 38 a game since his iconic quote, and with a chance to go up 3-2 at home, he'd keep it rolling. He electrified the crowd with 20 points in the first half, on pace for another 40-burger, but unfortunately, he'd never get there. Late in the third quarter, KD landed from a jumper and suffered a calf injury that forced him to leave the game. Golden State would pull out the win, but post-game, it was reported that Durant suffered a mild calf sprain and would be out for the series. A freak injury at the worst possible time. The Warriors went on to win Game 6 to get back to the Western Conference Finals, where KD remained out as Curry carried Golden State to a sweep over the Blazers to get back to the NBA Finals and keep the three-peat alive. Hopes are high that we'll see a healthy Kevin Durant back on the court in the finals, because they'll need him if they want to make history.
To the way, and Durant slipping. Durant goes down, holding his leg.
Turns out that mild calf injury was worse than we thought. KD missed games 1, 2, 3, and a crucial Game 4 that saw his squad go down 3-1 in the finals. So, with the three-peat in jeopardy, KD would make his return in Game 5. We had no idea if he was still dealing with that injury, but regardless, the Slim Reaper was back, and he was exactly what the Warriors needed. KD didn't skip a beat, going off for 11 points in the first quarter, and the Warriors looked lethal once again. Can they really come back from a 3-1 deficit? Is the three-peat alive again? So many questions were going through our minds, but sadly, we'd never find out.
Ibaka trying to stay with Durant, knocks it away, and Durant slipping. Durant goes down, holding his leg. Ibaka goes up, and is fouled down the other end. And Durant grabbing that right leg. It's the right calf that put him out.
Early in the second quarter, KD attempts to drive past Ibaka and ruptures his right Achilles. A dreadful injury that not only put the series in jeopardy, but Durant's entire career could be changed forever. And to make matters worse, Raptors fans cheered at his injury, taunting and waving goodbye at him as he sat on the court in shock. Fans eventually came to their senses, realizing the severity of the situation, as they gave Durant a standing ovation as he walked off the court for the last time as a Golden State Warrior. That was it. Golden State lost the finals in 6, ending their hopes of a three-peat. But the real question is, was that it for KD?
The Warriors believe that the MRI today will confirm a tear of Kevin Durant's right Achilles.
Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada.
So actually what KD was risking also to me wasn't the money. It was the rest of his career, the rest of his prime. He may never be the same.
Kevin Durant will leave the Golden State Warriors and sign with the Brooklyn Nets.
To Durant. The fake. The second. Oh! Ankle breaker! Good pressure defense by Milwaukee now. Durant fires. And hits! moving on Tucker. He turns, he shoots. Yes! With 1 second remaining. Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers. The Golden State Warriors champions once again. Back-to-back titles.
The back-to-back NBA Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.